So, did you actually meet Elon Musk?
I see him regularly in my career. I started as an intern, then associate engineer, then I became a manufacturing engineer now. It's been good in terms of career growth as well as financially as well. Ballpark, I think before coming to the US, I think I spent around like
Sounds great. Sounds very worth the while.
Can students actually apply now, given that the ICE situation is there?
it's a very hot and debatable topic at this point. American immigration is always challenging. There are a lot of student visas being revoked.
I have also been wanting to study abroad, especially in the US.
I think the job market at this point in
Why US over the other countries?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Leap's new podcast series. We are joined by Aditya and Joshua today here with us.
nice to meet you, Adi. Nice to meet you, Ritima. My full name is Joshua Joseph, but feel free to call me Josh. I live in the US in Austin, Texas. I'm from Chennai, basically. I came to the US a few years back in 2021. I did my master's here, just like what you wish now, Adi. And then currently I'm working as a manufacturing engineer in an EV company.
So, you said you work at Tesla, right?
Yeah, I currently work at Tesla. I've been in a company which is giving the opportunity to grow in my career. I started as an intern, then I started as an associate engineer, then I became a manufacturing engineer now. So it's been good in terms of career growth as well as financially as well.
Do you actually drive a Tesla?
Yeah, I do. I have a Model 3.
Oh, nice,
Oh.
nice. So, did you actually meet Elon Musk?
I see him regularly. It's a very open culture. If I really have a great suggestion to change the product or company, I can still reach out to him.
What is he like? Like, what do you think his vibe is? Because he has this persona online, right?
In real life, it's the same. Like we are also like every time I see him or anyone sees him, we're also like amazed, and because of his energy, his charisma, or whatever everyone feels outside, like reading his tweets or like watching YouTube videos or documentaries about him. I mean, like it's the same thing inside the company. Like, and it's not just because I'm working at his company. It's just that even before I started working in his company, I still was very inspired by what all he's done in the past.
It's actually like so nice to see you like working for such a big company. It's like so many people's dreams. I have also been wanting to study abroad, especially in the US. I am also like an aspiring filmmaker, so always wanted to do masters in like filmmaking. Apart from that, I am an automobile enthusiast as well. I'm not sure about EVs, but I definitely like like automobiles in general.
Maybe at the end of the conversation, maybe you will start liking EVs through me. So let's see.
Let's see, let's see. I am open to discussion.
I mean, usually the gateway to get into companies like such, especially abroad, one of the biggest mediums people use is to study in that country. What college did you go to? How was your experience? How did you decide upon that college?
Yeah. I went to Northeastern University in Boston and I started applying in the first week of June for fall 21, which is too late. And most of the colleges' applications window has closed. So I think I got like 4 to 5 admits. But I did not realize that Northeastern is a private university until I came here, and it was a very expensive university compared to all the other options. So it's kind of like 50 lakhs for the tuition and as well as the insurance, health insurance and stuff. I think 50 to 55 lakhs is the ballpark.
And can you also provide like a proper breakdown of the entire expense, including your flights, including your admission?
Ballpark, I think before coming to the US, even the flight ticket inclusive, I think I spent around like 4 to 4.5 lakhs. I remember. In terms of my living expenses, I'm so happy and I'm so blessed that I got on campus job, which actually helped me cover my living expenses. So I got like $1,200 every month, which was more than enough for me to cover my rent, my living expenses like food, grocery.
Sounds great according to how you're saying. It sounds very worth the while, the investment. Would you
Yeah.
agree?
Let's take, for example, someone spends 70 lakhs, whatever job it is. Let's take a decent, like any basic engineering, 85 to 100,000 is like a good range you can expect. So if you take $100,000, okay, today's rate is around 90 rupees. I think it's 90 lakhs. You spend 75 lakhs in a year for your masters, and then you get 90 lakhs in a year. Of course, it's not a equal comparison. You still have to pay taxes and you also need to live. I think within 3 years, someone can definitely save that 75 lakhs and finish the loan. Some people do it much more faster. And then I think the biggest component is that most people get scholarships, teaching assistantships or research assistantship, which gives them a lot more pay or shelves their, fees. I've seen students who have graduated at free of cost. His tuition is fully paid off and he still got pay for his assistantship, which he used for his living expense. So at the end of the 2 years, even if he doesn't get a job, his degree is free, he can go back to India. Financially, it's a very rewarding option to come to the US.
Would you actually suggest anyone to come to the US like right now?
American immigration is always challenging to, for anyone, not just for Indians, right? I would say yes, if someone has a right mindset and the right attitude.
Just to kickstart that conversation further, what place are you at when you think about studying abroad?
It's been a childhood dream of mine. I love movies, and
Okay.
ever since I watched The Dark Knight, I used to like look online and like look at all of the colleges, especially like UCLA. But then when you go to the admissions and you look at the fees, you're like,
Yeah.
never mind. But I'm also like worried about the recent ICE situation, right? Like for the immigrants and all of that. And I wanted to ask you about it. Can students actually apply now, given that the ICE situation is there?
It's a very hot and a debatable topic at this point. But in terms of coming as a student, I think the problem where it happens is if someone misuses their ability to study in the US, right? Like you come as a student, but you do something illegal. A few months back, there were a lot of student visas being revoked. And there was also, like, I'm not saying only the people, there was some like collateral damage as well. I know one from college. He had a drunken driving case and then he got deported.
Have you ever like faced racism over there?
Honest answer is no. I haven't faced racism, but I would say the soft racism, right? Like you will notice it, but you will not feel it openly, right? No one treats you or passes racist comments or treats you indifferently because you are an Indian. And then they love Indians, actually. Like, they know a lot about our culture, thanks to people like Adi who will do Bollywood films in the future.
No, like really, I've also noticed that they know a lot about our culture.
There's a lot of Indian influence in terms of food and festivals, and there's a lot of Indian people as well, right?
Why US over the other countries?
If you go to Google or ChatGPT and ask which country has the best universities, around like 50 to 60 is in the US, right? That's the studying part of it. Look at the top 50 or 100 best companies in the world. It's American companies. So it was a natural choice. A few months back, I read a trend report where they surveyed every country's people who want to like relocate and settle in another country. And the top preference for India is still America.
And end of the day, I mean, like, no matter how much we say that we have crazy opportunities in this part of the world, it is America, it is USA. To live in New York, to work in New York, to have a penthouse in New York is the dream of every person.
How did you end up at Tesla?
I did not know much about Tesla until I went to the US. And then I was working as a teaching assistant in a lab. And another teaching assistant of a friend of mine, he was an undergraduate, he was not even a master's student. He went to Tesla for an internship. And then when he came back from the internship, that's when he told me about what Tesla is doing. At that point, after I spoke to him, one of my dream company was to work at Tesla. I was interviewing with other companies. And then suddenly I got a mail from a recruiter. They interviewed me within a week. And then within a few days, they selected me. I was like in cloud nine. It's such a nice moment, even if I think about it now.
Wow, that's really nice. And how is it actually working in Tesla?
It's crazy, to be honest. Like it's super energetic. Like things move super super fast at Tesla. Like I've spoken to my colleagues who have come from different automotive companies. Like Tesla does things in a scale and in a speed which many companies do not.
In general, Josh, how's the job market like in US?
The most common question I get on LinkedIn from many students in India saying, Josh, is the American economy bad? Is the job market bad? I think the job market at this point in Feb 2026 is challenging for international students. I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
impossible to get a job. People are landing jobs. You need to put in a lot more effort than when I graduated. I think that is accurate. When I talk to students, I think they are putting a lot more effort than what I did. Everybody's getting a job. It's not like no one's getting a job. There are very few cases where I see they're not getting job and they're returning back to their country.
So, Josh, for the next segment of the podcast, I have a few most asked questions by students who want to study abroad, specifically in the USA, about Tesla in general. So, let's get
Okay.
to that. So, the first question
Is Tesla using BYD batteries?
No, we make our own batteries and it's better.
So, the second question is an Indian American engineer paid more than others?
Indian or an Indian American, you can still be positive and confident that you will get paid the best.
Last question.
Is the US the best place to study engineering?
In my opinion, I think it's the best, but it won't be right to just say it's the only country. Germany is also a really good option. A lot of my friends went to Germany. They're really happy about it. At one point, everybody wants to still come to the US.
I think we had a great conversation in terms of culture, lifestyle, the current status quo in USA when it comes to job market, etc. I just want to ask Adi over here now, how has your opinion changed from what it was before this conversation? Because according to me, Josh's life seems very dreamy.
Yeah.
Driving a Tesla, hanging out with Elon Musk.
I just hope that I finally get to flying and like going through the entire process, because I have been like procrastinating for a long time.
Yeah.
But after this conversation, thank you, Josh. I have definitely changed my opinion.
Yeah, I think I wish you all the best, Adi, and whoever's watching, like, have a little bit of confidence, take the step. And Adi, maybe I want to meet you in the US in a year and then soon probably see a film by Adi in some American film. Got it? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Josh, for the conversation. It was great speaking to you. Thank you, Adi, for joining us.